Systosis here in the HOT6ix Cup. In the bottom right, we have our Protoss legend up 2-0. He is
SK Telecom T1 Ray.
I think he is cannon rushing Tasteless.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The name of Weather, a pop star, and a great Protoss player. In the bottom left, can he turn this around? He is.
Wongjin Star Soki.
And yeah, it really does look like he's going for that cannon rush, as you say. And you know what? I guess it does make sense. Whirlwind is an easier map for PvZ normal play than Frost is, if you ask me, Tasteless.
It's like he's taking a page from the Book of Sage Tasteless.
Yeah.
No.
He's ignoring Tosis the Prudent. All right, here we go. The cannon rush. Now, with this, I think Sulky is actually good enough to send more than 2 drones this time, because he's going to see this come in and he's going to say, you know what? I keep having 2 drones come down. This is an awfully quick scout. Where's this scout coming from?
Buy a subscription right now.
And notice, more than 2 drones already.
He's ready.
Oh, man, already. Oh,
he's
this defense.
Everywhere.
Oh, this is actually very painful for Rain. He might just want to make a Nexus.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's sending that probe out there now.
Sulky, and look, he knows everything. Sulky has full information. He knows that this was meant to be a cannon rush. There's been a lot of economy that Rain has now lost from trying to do this. More drones come down just to make 100% sure. It's already 100% sure that he's not going to get cannon rush, though. Rain already gave up. What he's trying to do is force all these drones down here. And you know what? There are 5 off the minerals, so...
In a way, it worked without actually having to make the pylon or the cannon.
Kind of, yeah. Like,
it did something.
It's not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
But that's Sulky for you, man. He knew. He was like, okay. It's beautiful. I love seeing things like this, because we can sit here as analysts and look at it and identify these patterns and say, you know what, this is smart to do this game or the next game, a cannon rush. And then to watch a player not realize what's going on, just get caught by it. It's like, well, yes, this was smart by the Protoss player. I guess it should have won. But at the same time, Sulky went through all those same motions and blocked it. This is like, it's...
Sulky's definitely got a good shot in this game. Mad props.
Mad props. Sulky.
Mad props is, I believe, the technical term.
That is the technical term.
Yeah. Oh, that is like so well done. What?
Yeah. Wow.
That's really good.
Yeah, he's even better drawing than you are, Tasteless.
I know, and I mean, I'm really good.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm not much of a drawer, but I can make a great piece of, macaroni art on a paper plate.
You know,
some of them are probably...
We tell you that it's great. It's not really that great.
It's not true. That stuff should be hanging up in the loo.
In the loo? Like the bathroom in Great Britain?
Isn't that the name of that museum in France?
The Louvre?
The Louvre? Oh, wow. And we're on TV right now.
Wow.
All right. Well, where's that suicide pill I keep on me at any point in time?
You bite down hard at the back of your jaw. Right. This. I guess that's a French flag. And
that is a happy guy in the Christmas spirit.
Mm-hmm. I thought he just had a red slug on his head, but I guess you're right.
No, it's, yeah.
So, the Stargate is on the way. Sulky going up to 3 bases rather quickly, grabbing a couple gases at a very normal time. So it looks like he's just going to go into a pretty normal macro play, which is what Zergs are very used to from the past when people went Forge Expand. And this Forge Expand is a little bit slower than a normal Forge Expand, so you have to give Sulky a slight edge here.
Yeah, Sulky is in good shape. Also note this: the sheer size of this map is going to make it tough. Protoss, if they are going to push, is going to have to push towards the heart of the Zerg's base.
Mm-hmm. The heart of the swarm, some might say.
Yeah, as some would say. But he has to. It's going to be tougher to make sure to wipe out expansions that are scattered elsewhere.
Yeah, it certainly is. That becomes a big problem later on in the game. In fact, the fact that he's going Stargate tells us that he might go into more of a macro game. Because if you do want to play like more than 2 bases, the threat of Mutalisk is extremely real here. Like, this map is just so big that winning a base trade against Mutalisks is nigh impossible. So to have the Stargate tech allows him to possibly fight against something like that. So I could see him going into a third base here. It's a possibility.
Well, if he does go to a third base, he didn't have the best start.
No, he didn't.
You know, I guess if he goes into a 2-base all in, though, he didn't have the best start in this either, which is unfortunate because even the slightest edge that Sulky has over you can pay out for Sulky in dividends.
And this build doesn't really turn into any sort of 2-base all in. Like, if you want to open Phoenixes into a 2-base all in, generally speaking, you're going to go straight into a Robo. Looks here like he wants to do a 4-gate, like a 4-gate push with Phoenixes, which, if it doesn't get caught, is super powerful.
And now taking out that little drone. Sulky with some pretty solid defense. 5 more roaches on the way here. It does not look like he's going to be able to take too much damage. I'm really curious if Sulky's actually going to spot that pylon over there, because he surprisingly is not have anything close.
He's really trying to find it. I keep seeing blue things go kind of near it. Oh my god, he's waiting for a second warp and in +1.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Wowzers. So now the fact that he's picking up roaches should give away his plans here as well.
Because otherwise he'd just be picking up drones trying to slow down the economy so he can win in the long run. But yeah, a roach pickup is a bit of a tell.
And now he's picking up some drones. That might confuse the information a bit. Some more drones being started here as well. And he's trying to fake taking that third right now.
Oh, he still doesn't know. Are you kidding me?
Oh god, this is really catching him off guard.
This actually could go incredibly well here for Raid.
Yeah, look at this. Everything could get a little bit stuck here. That is a lot of Zealots to try to hold up. That Spore Crawler is really the saving grace of this. That might allow him to do something.
Well, he's going to just let the Phoenixes get hit so he can have the Zealots come in here.
Look at this micro by Sulky. Really well done with stop positions on these drones, messing up the AI of these Zealots. But the thing is, there's way too many Zealots.
Yeah, and more keep coming in here. And I mean, you can kite with roaches, but it's not really that easy, you know? And look at this, he just orbits around the Spore Crawler, continue to pick up roaches, isolating them. More roaches come down, but the other roaches are already taking too much damage. Now drones getting hit as well. More Zealots continuing to spill down here. Now nice stop micro here.
Ooh.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh, and he's trying to use hold position micro to attack the drones, but it's not quite working out for him.
There's enough roaches here. He actually survived.
He lost very few drones during that. Brilliant, beautiful hold by Sulky. There's just no other way to describe it. This was a fail of a rush from Rain.
It started out really well, too. I actually thought he was going to win that for a little bit there.
It was unscouted for so long.
There was a point in time where he should have just gone for the hatchery, done a pickup and just hit the hatchery? Because
that's a good question.
I feel like there was a moment where he could have done that back there. By the way, the Spire is now done.
Maybe. Well, this is kind of interesting, actually, what we have going on right now. We have Warp Prism speed on the way, and I think that's because the Overseer's in there. He wants him to think he's going for a Colossus attack, which is going to force, hopefully he thinks, Corruptors, but instead he's going for what looks like an Immortal all-in. But no, then he actually starts Thermal Lance. Okay, he cancels it and starts Thermal Lance. So
that was weird.
Some different information all over the place here.
Now he's scooped it.
All right.
This is not looking good for Rain here. Yeah, he's just going to go ahead and go third base.
Okay, we're a little bit all over the place for a moment there, but everything's calming down now. He's getting his Twilight. He is actually getting the Thermal Lance, and he canceled that second Immortal, like twice, or a third Immortal. But anyways, he's taking his third base, is getting ready for Colossus tech, but there's Corruptors on the way. So if he makes any Colossus, those are going to be almost free units.
For the time being, I don't see Rain coming out here and trying to do any damage. There's also a big supply gap here, 113 to 150. And in fact, it's going to be Sulky that's going to be the first one to initiate contact here. He's going to move out now and try to see if he can shut down to the third base before it gets up and running. Looks like he timed it out right as it finished, too, so he can get a building kill, not just a cancel.
Well, will he be able to actually get it? Because that's a lot of force fields, a couple of Immortals in there as well. If controlled correctly, he can hold this pretty well. You know, there's that terrain right there that really helps with force fields. He does have the Phoenixes flying back. So has 5 of them, I believe. This is actually just a really nice game right now from both sides, but I would say especially from Sulky. He's like kind of sniffed out everything despite not really scouting it.
Well, you know, very shortly here, Sulky's going to get maxed out. I don't know if he's going to try to attack into this or not, if he just wants to kind of keep a little contain on his opponent, or maybe even move that up and around and do a counterattack if Protoss ever tries to leave.
That's always a possibility. Those units would be quite out of position, so he's got to be careful if he tries something like that and really get his damage in. Now, for Sulky, he is sending drones to his 4th base right now, and that's a little bit after the 3rd base of his opponent. But okay, he's going to go into Swarm Host here. So he's actually going to have Roach Hydra Swarm Host, against which you need a lot of Colossus. But these are fake Colossus.
Yeah, and I love that, by the way.
The fake Colossus piece?
It's so nice.
It is very, very tricky. You see, like, for instance, right now he sees those. There's a lot of damage being dealt. You might not know if that Colossus is actually real. But the thing is, without any real Colossus out, how does Rain actually beat this composition? He doesn't. You do not beat Swarmhost Roach Hydra without Colossus.
I mean, it's great he made him make the Corruptors, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because...
Yeah, the rest of his composition is so good.
Okay, now he's unburrowing and regrouping now. Like I said at the start, he's probably going to be pushing through here towards more of the main. There's no Observer? There's no Observer?
I think
there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is.
It probably will be taken out. No, it looks like he actually lost his detection, so it will stay. The thing is, to break through this is so difficult. Those extra Locust deal so much extra damage. You really need splash damage here, and he doesn't have it. And notice how he pulls back as the Locusts die. Really nice moves here by Sulky. In the meantime, Rain trying to hit this 4th base.
It's like the worst position attack ever.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But he's trying to micro elsewhere. Nice little pick off. Rain, I think, has to add a 2nd Robo right now. I think this is the only choice. Either that or to do something really crazy like double Stargate Void Rays.
What's unfortunate about it is there's already Corruptors out.
Yeah. This composition is very nice right now. Well, he's going to continue to try to hold on. Sulky pushing forward. Good force fields. He's got to slow this down a little bit while he's getting his Colossi out. Sulky just has to be careful not to lose this army at the moment. We do have Thermal Lance started again, but it's only about 1/3 of the way done. I believe he has 1 Colossus right now. But I really feel like he needs a 2nd Robo. I don't know if he's ever going to have enough Colossus to truly break out of here. And look at this huge surface area coming in from Sulky.
And this may be the beginning of the end here for game number 3 with a really nice surround here. No more Colossi remain. Roaches and Hydras now taking out that last Immortal, and GG. As Sulky is at least starting to have a comeback here, winning the first game here in the best of 7. Rain was initially up 2-0. Now it's gone 1-2 here.
This game and Star Station really remind me of each other. In Star Station, he kind of knew what Rain was going to do and pre-countered it. Here, he knew what Rain was going to do and like countered it on time. Like this was like Sulky. This was like the brain of Sulky, the star sense of Sulky that won in this game. He really was on top of absolutely everything. Rain threw in a ton of mind games here, and they just didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm really wanting to see if he's going to try to cannon rush here on game number 4 now, or if he's just going to drop this in general. Because the next map is going to be Whirlwind, and Whirlwind is a pretty unforgiving map for Protoss. There's a lot of ways for Zergs to keep expanding, a lot of ways for Zergs to counterattack.
And you know what? It is a good map for a cannon rush, so he could go for something like that again. But Sulky really showed how on top of it he was by he was like preemptively going down there with a 3rd drone that he didn't show before.
Yeah. We're going to go to game number 4 here after this short break, so don't